At a time when more people are drinking bottled water than ever before, opposition to Poland Springs' efforts to draw water from new locations is getting louder.
News Center's Caroline Cornish reports on what's behind this escalating water war.
Protests against Poland Spring are certainly nothing new.
They don't belong here. They don't have a right to be here.
Freiberg's relationship with the company, which is now owned by Nestle Waters, has been strained for years.
Make sure Nestle can hear you all the way back there in Switzerland. Are you fired up?
But this rally in Kennebunk last month may signal the beginning of something different. Many of the people protesting the proposed deal between Nestle Poland Spring and the Kennebunk, Kennebunkport, and Wells Water District were not Water District customers.
Allies from around the state and even Boston and New Hampshire are here to stand and say no to corporate takeover of our water supplies, that water is a resource for the people and for the natural communities of this area.
The rally was a sign Poland Springs opponents are coming together.
I went to Kennebunk because I have friends in Kennebunk who were so worried about the political process that was going on that we all wanted to help them.
Mary Taylor is hoping for that same support as her town of Shapley decides whether to allow Poland Spring to pump 250,000 gallons of water a day from this site off Route 11. She says bulk water extraction is a statewide issue.
This is the way Maine should be. This is the way we want it for our children and our grandchildren. And if we don't maintain some local control over what we have, we will lose it.
So Taylor and other local Poland Spring opponents have been reaching out for more political muscle from statewide organizers like Emily Posner of Defending Water for Life. Posner believes groundwater should ultimately be the property of the people. Town by town, this organic farmer is planting a challenge to the idea that bottled water is a clean industry with good jobs for Mainers.
The water from Maine is generating a lot of profits for a corporation in Switzerland, for shareholders that are not our neighbors that aren't from here.
According to the Beverage Marketing Corporation, per capita consumption of bottled water has doubled over the past 10 years, and it went up about 7% last year. That's why Poland Spring has been looking for new sources of water.
But it's also why Posner says more and more people are concerned corporations could eventually control our water supply.
In the future, as water becomes more and more of a scarce commodity, as we continue to pollute our surface waters and corporations control all of the clean freshwater resources, they're going to ultimately be able to decide who has access to it and who doesn't.
And that makes Maine an important battleground for national groups opposed to the bottled water industry, too. As Posner helped put together the Kennebunk rally, groups including Boston-based Corporate Accountability International answered the call. In June, the organization's Think Outside the Bottle campaign convinced the U.S. Conference of Mayors to adopt a non-binding resolution banning bottled water at municipal events.
When we see water commodified, it affects our democracy, it affects our health, it affects our economy, it really affects our well-being.
All those in favor of taking that route at this point?
The Kennebunk, Kennebunkport, and Wells Water District decided to indefinitely table the Poland Spring water extraction proposal. Poland Spring Natural Resource Manager Tom Brennan admits the organized opposition has been pretty effective.
The opposition is making it more complicated for us, there's no question.
But Brennan says these outside groups aren't giving Mainers the truth.
There are specific tactics that are being employed by some of these groups. And a lot of it has to do with applying misinformation, mischaracterizing what it is we do.
For one thing, Brennan says his company is not involved in a water grab that will harm municipal water systems. Poland Spring tests to make sure aquifers can handle the bulk water extraction. Brennan also says his company does not disparage the quality of tap water. The Think Outside the Bottle campaign claims bottled water companies make millions by falsely advertising their water is better.
I think people should drink more water, whether it's tap or ours.
All of you live here and you're responsible to us. not to this corporation.
And Brennan's not the only one who feels the tactics of the anti-bottled water groups can do Mainers a disservice. Though Kennebunkport and Wells Water District Superintendent Norm Labby ultimately proposed tabling the Poland Spring deal, he feels it could have done his customers a lot of good.
Now that we've acquired a significant amount of groundwater resource, we feel we have some extra water that can be marketed for the local area to profit from.
The problem, as he saw it, was that the media circus created by the protesters made it impossible for the district's trustees to determine what the community really wants. The timeout is a chance for him to meet calmly with those opposed to selling the water, away from the cameras, and talk this issue through.
I want to do the right thing for the customers, no matter what, not react to one group that may or may not represent our customers.
Brennan says as long as people keep buying bottled water, the company will continue to look for more water sources.
And if we can't expand here, we'll expand someplace else. I mean, that's just the nature of it.
Taylor's determined to stop any deal in Shapley, though.
The management of that resource, it needs to be with the many towns that the water comes from, not with a multinational company.
As that town takes up this issue in the next couple months, this water war is just beginning. Caroline Cornish, News Center.
All right, now none of these groups is focused on creating any statewide legislation regulating the bulk extraction of water, but they say they could pursue that in the future.